welcome to the vlog. Today is Sunday, December 6th, I think. If it's not Sunday, December 6th, it's Sunday, December something, and that's really what matters. So I'm headed home from my parents' house. We just had a nice hangout, and I want to make a video of my 2020 recap. So here is my 2020 recap. Figured I would recap my year for my own memory, even though this may or may not be one of the worst years of my life so far. So we love to hear it. You know, the thing is, every year there's good things and bad things. I think along with everyone else, this year has had a lot of bad things, but there's also been some good. In January, I expected 2020 to be one of the best years of my entire lifetime. I was working at Patriot Subaru, and that was great for the most part. And then, as you know, if you are already subscribed to me, I left there to become, let me backtrack. I became a personal trainer in October of 2019 and decided to go full-time personal training at the end of January 2020. So basically that was it was a really big deal. Like, I was doing my dream job. I left the job I was at for 4 years to pursue my dream job of personal training. That was in January. February, I built my client list, or built it even more than it was, and I was working at least 5 12-hour days a week, and then the other days was just like me mentally preparing to go back to work. Like, I would go to work around 2 a.m. so I could work out, and then I would work out with my clients from about 5:30 a.m. until like 7 p.m. What surprised me was how mentally tasking it was. There was definitely days where it was exhausting and I work out like 5 times a day. Anyway, it was a lot more mentally tasking than I ever could have prepared myself, I think. I had no idea I was going to be like a therapist to some of my clients. That was from about February until the beginning of March. Let me drink some of this real quick so it won't spill again. Well, February things were going well, and I'm just now realizing I only made it really a month before a mental breakdown, but that's just how surprised I was, I guess, by the situation. Before my state shut down for the coronavirus, that week I had a complete breakdown. I did not work. I called out every single day, canceled on all of my clients, told my boss that I couldn't work because I needed a mental health day. Realized my dream job isn't what I expected it to be, which, you know, that fucking hurts. Granted, it was only my dream job for so long, but I was so passionate, and I am so passionate about health and fitness, and then to finally get to a point where I was doing what I thought I was meant to be doing forever, and then for it to not go as I expected was, like I just said, like a slap in the face. It just wasn't, it was everything I hoped, but it was what I expected, but at the same time there was so much I didn't expect that it was also encompassing. So I went in on Friday afternoon to talk to my boss about my situation. Literally just like sat there and cried to him, which, granted, like, I'm glad I had a relationship with him that I felt comfortable enough to do that and open up about how I really was feeling. And yeah, I just told him straight up, like, this isn't what I expected. This is so much more than I could have ever imagined it would have been. I have no idea. And then that afternoon we ended up having to close the gym for what we thought was going to be 2 weeks and ended up being a couple of months. But so that was in the middle of March. My world got flipped upside down. I wish personal training was what I really wanted it to be and not what it was for me. It's disappointing for me because I feel like I failed as a personal trainer because I'm not doing it right now. I felt like I didn't meet expectations, and then towards the end of, especially the week before, when I was literally like having a mental breakdown, depressive state, I don't fucking know what it was, but in my time from that, I felt like such a disappointment, and I'm not doing the personal training now, so it just feels like I did all that work for nothing. And as much as I would never wish that experience on someone else, I think it was a good experience to realize that everything you dream of or wish for doesn't always turn out the way you expect it to be. March until now, I guess, is where things really hit the fan, as you would say. I lost my job as a personal trainer after I had a breakdown about how I didn't even know what I wanted to do anyway. I think I've mentioned this in another vlog, but I put a lot of my self-worth into my work. So I wasn't working, which meant I didn't really feel like I had a lot of self-worth, and that reflects in all of relationships, not just my own with myself. I didn't feel the way I think I should have been feeling. Like, I didn't feel a lot of love, which is my own personal issue, which you guys don't really need to know, but I'm just telling you how my year's been. So anyway, yeah, I didn't feel a lot of love. I didn't feel like I was being appreciated. I didn't feel like, I didn't feel like myself. I got a job at the post office that lasted about 2 weeks, and that was great. And then I was let go from the post office for 2 weeks, and then I was hired back on to the post office for another 2 weeks. At the post office, if you work there, you know. If you don't, then you just get treated like garbage. Like, I would work from, I don't know, 7 o'clock until 8 o'clock, and it would just be like, when I was done, I wasn't done because I had to go help someone else, which was like, I get it, because I would want help if I was out late, but then it's like, I'm the person that has to help, which is, it just gets tiring after a while, and at a point, it's like, okay, well, I need a fucking break. And with the post office, you don't ever get when I was there, in the beginning, you don't get a scheduled day off, you just work until they tell you not to. So I would work 14 days in a row of working 11, 12, 13-hour days, and then not get a day off for 2 weeks, and that's exhausting. After that, I worked for Exeter Subaru. Oh, and in between all of this, I'm trying to file for unemployment, which is a pain in the ass, and a process in and of itself that's exhausting, and that makes me feel like garbage because I'm not making my own money. Anyway, this is just a long ramble, but we all knew going into this it would be, I guess, right? I bit the bullet, and I went back and applied just to car dealerships, even though I told myself when I left the car dealership I wouldn't go back to one. I literally worked there for a week, I shit you not. I was applying to jobs constantly. I applied to upwards, I swear to God, of like 50 to 75, maybe even 100 goddamn jobs, and it was hard because, like, I mean, there's the coronavirus, so people aren't really hiring, and the places that are hiring are getting so many applications. So it's hard too because I was offered to interview at a lot of places, and then I wouldn't hear back after my interview. So that is just a fucking kick to the balls of my ego. That's when I was applying to Wayfair. I applied to Wayfair. The first position I applied for, I was actually turned down, but the recruiter mentioned that there were other opportunities and other places I could apply to. So I did, and granted, that's obviously where I work now. If you know me, if you watch my videos, I work for Wayfair, which has been nothing but incredible. Really feels like it picks me back up. Granted, now I love my job. I'm feeling pretty okay about my career situation. I do feel very, 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 very good about. But all in between everything, it feels like my personal life isn't where it should be. Not to say that like my relationships have problems, but they're definitely not where I thought I would be, or they're kind of just not the best situation, I guess. I have some relationships with people in my life where they're just not what I want them to be, and I think everyone has those kinds of relationships. I can be a better friend, I can friend. I can definitely be a better sister, daughter, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like this whole year I feel so exhausted and I don't feel like I can put in the effort, so I haven't. Personally, my relationship with Josh, like, we are doing fine, but that's really it. That's like, it's not great, it's not terrible, it's just fine. I literally don't talk to my sister, and I'm kind of a shit friend on occasion. There's highs and lows of every relationship, and I feel like I'm at a low of everything right now. I'm feeling good personally, like I think I'm at a good place, like with my career, obviously. I just said I feel really great about that. I also feel good about who I am as a human being. I finally shaved my head like I've wanted to for, I can't even tell you how long, I guess 8 years, if not more, that I don't remember, of me wanting to shave my head. And I finally did it, and I do feel really great about it. I love my short hair. I think it's a personality move, honestly. I do feel really good about that, but then that caused other issues, like, I think I might have to do a video. Actually, no, I'll just do it right here. The truth about shaving your head that no one tells you. People are gonna judge you. So the people that are closest to me, actually, no, not even. The people that I've known for a long time, have known I've wanted to do this for a long time, so they were really excited when I did it, and it was awesome because they know I've wanted to, and it's great. The people that haven't been in my life as long, one person literally asked if it was for attention. Other people just assumed that me and Josh's relationship was not going well. They're like, oh, are you guys okay? Because I cut my hair. Like, that is so inconsiderate and vain and disrespectful to assume that something is going wrong because of something so minor. Like, cutting your hair isn't a huge deal. And I guess some people don't understand that you don't need a reason to do something. And like, my reason was because I wanted to, but apparently that wasn't enough for some people asking questions. And that's just very frustrating. And it is what it is on that. And that's honestly just the saying. It is what it is. SOCKS. If I learned anything in Spanish, it was that. So yeah, that's my year, and now things are fine. It's December, like I said, December 6th maybe, who knows. Things are just fine. Like, life isn't great, life isn't the worst. It is just fine. I'm alive, my family's healthy, I'm healthy, people I love and care for are doing well, for the most part. And that's 2020. It is what it is. If I could change things, I definitely would. Overall, 2020 has been fine. Positives from this year: I read a lot this year. I got a really great career with Wayfair. Shaved my head finally. I had a lot of free time, which I don't usually get, or I haven't gotten in years. On the downsides, my relationship isn't where I expected it to be with a lot of different people. I've learned to stop planning for the future, stop expecting things, and mostly it is what it is. How to stop planning. Also, what I've learned, I'm the CEO of holding grudges and the CEO of crying in the car. Literally, CEO of crying in the car. I'm gonna go back to crying here in a minute. I cried on my way down here. Probably will cry on my way back. SOCKS, it is what it is, baby. There is about 3 weeks left of 2020, so who knows what can change. I mean, considering how the rest of the year has been, literally anything can happen in these next 3 weeks. I feel like it's easy to just talk and talk and talk and talk when things aren't going the way you want them to and things aren't going well. It's also really easy to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk when things are going well, but not everything's bad, even though 2020 kind of made me think it was. But like it if you like it. Comment down below how your 2020 has been. Don't forget to subscribe. I will talk to you guys next Monday.